Small Town Scuttlebutt.
When I used to work at Wayland Country Club, we had a great relationship with the state troopers, and we always used to host one of the state trooper tournaments there every year. And so the guys would call us up, and they'd say, "Hey, any chance, me and Bobby can get out for 18?" We're like, "Absolutely, come on in." So they'd all come in, we give handshakes and bro hugs and all that, and they go out and they play their 18. The first day,
handshakes.
The first day on the job, right? I had just gotten this job at Wayland Country Club. I'm going in for my first day. I get pulled over.
What was your job? What was your role?
Basically, I worked in the pro shop. So at the time, there was a really awesome.
Remember, he's the greeter.
Yeah. Can I handle your
ball
club?
washer?
Yeah, ball washer, the club handler.
Ball washing extraordinaire. My balls are the cleanest you've ever seen.
And if you're keeping score at home, that took 92 seconds for us to go down.
Right.
It doesn't take much.
There's a Shaft joke in here somewhere, right? Okay, just to be clear.
Extra stiff. So I'm not 500 feet from the entrance to the golf course on my first day, and I get pulled over by Wayland Police Department for speeding. Right? And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" I'm like, "This is my first day.
Right.
I'm working right there. You got to let me go."
Yeah.
Gave me a ticket, like the full bore. And I was like, what am I going to do? So anyway, I walk in and I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late." It's like 15 minutes on my first day.
Wow.
And they're like, "What happened?" And this old guy, Fred Pagano, I'll never forget him.
Fred.
He's like, "Hey, Junior, what'd you do?" And I was like, I got pulled over for speeding. He's like, "Easy, Mario," like as in Andretti, right? So he's like, "Don't you worry, we got you covered." So anyway, he talks to a couple of the friends, the friendlies, and they were like, "Listen, you're gonna go to the magistrate, and you're gonna basically tell him that you're extremely sorry for what you have done, and let's see what happens." So I go in, I do my thing, and sure enough, it was absolved.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's good to know people at the golf course.
It's also good to be a pretty girl. You never get a ticket.
What are you saying? I got the ticket. Yeah. You don't get tickets?
I've only gotten, for the amount of times I've been pulled over, which has been a lot. It's because I'm an aggressive driver.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good for you. Play offense.
Yeah, no, I think I've only gotten one speeding ticket on the Mass Pike on the way to pick my sister up from the airport. And this was like probably 20 years ago at this point. But yeah, it was a $100 ticket.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I was going.
They're like $250
like
now.
85.
Ones I get.
Whatever it was. But yeah, no, you just,
Do you have a
you look
routine?
contrite. You're polite.
Oh, okay.
And
You don't flutter your eyelashes or
no,
pull down a little cleave?
it's not going to work for me, Evan. Sorry.
I show some man boob.
You can try it, maybe.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You look like a
I like
42B
press
over
my
there.
arms in
go,
together. Well, who knows? Now watch it. I haven't been pulled over and I can't tell you how long, but watch today. It's going to happen. All three of us are going to get
Funny thing
bagged.
is, like, have you noticed more Medfield police officers out looking for? Yeah, lately.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know why necessarily, but I have definitely noticed more people in Medfield getting pulled over lately.
Even getting pulled over.
Oh, yeah.
Which
yeah.
I feel like never happened here.
Wow.
Well, they're doing some, there's a couple of intersections where there's complaints about rolling stops. So they're coming out, they're stopping you. Saw a rolling stop. Oh, I said, yeah, it was a rolling stop. And the guy says to me, "Hey, there's no such thing." And I said, "You got me there."
Yeah.
It was very clever. There's no such thing. I'm like, yeah, you can't argue.
Right.
Rolling stop. It's an oxymoron. I'd never thought of that.
Yeah.
Yes. That excuse we always just allow ourselves to hide behind is a total bogus thing. And that cop was very cool about pointing it out and passing it along. And what I do now is I just typically make sure I stop there.
Yes.
And every time I do it, I feel like I'm annoying the people
I
behind
know.
me because it's been such a routine in town that you roll through this intersection.
Totally.
Yep.
You got to do the STOP. STOP.
Say that.
Like,
You get to the stop sign and you physically say STOP and then you drive.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sort of like
you learn that in driver's ed?
No, I learned that while driving inebriated.
Oh.
Years ago.
You're like, I can still spell a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
S-T.
I don't condone that activity.
No.
Yeah, that was in my younger, influential days. By the way, Thor is texting.
Yeah, I got that. I have to get back to you.
Question.
Yes.
What do you guys do when you're behind someone who stops at a yield sign?
Honk.
Yes! Thank you, Evan. I'm like, am I the only animal that's like,
What are you doing?
Yes.
It's absolutely unacceptable getting on a highway
Yes,
doing that.
thank you. Like, you could literally kill someone doing that, you fucking idiot.
You do not stop and then wait for your chance to go 0 to 65, which is actually 75. That's what everyone's doing.
Yes.
So 0 to 75 to catch up with traffic in your Buick LeSabre is probably going to take about 7.3 minutes.
Right.
So me behind you, like I have to give you, like you have to go ahead.
Exactly.
I need some space because
you are going to cause like a pile up here.
It's
Someone's going to rear-end them. Yeah.
It's a little encouragement.
I get so pissed.
Punch it, Margaret.
Yeah.
You guys ever get the horn yourself? Like we all have to admit, we're sometimes the preoccupied driver, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Then it's the finger,
So
you honk at me, you're getting a finger.
Really?
Even if it's like a little doot-doot.
No, there is, unless I'm asleep at the wheel
man.
or I'm getting a text. No, you don't honk at me because I will, like I'm a.
What are they supposed to do? Send you an invitation?
No, they shouldn't be honking at me.
Well, you should be paying attention. Okay, so scenario. I think
go
ahead.
Scenario is if we're all on the same page, you're first in line at the red light.
Yeah.
The guy behind you gave it a 5 count. You don't know that because you've been playing
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Right? You've been playing Candy Crush, and the guy behind you went 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. Okay. Beep, beep. Yeah. That's not acceptable.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
If I'm lost in my phone and I'm I'm the jerk, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm usually ready to go, so don't honk at me. Listen, buddy.
Yeah.
What, do you think you're in New York?
Right.
Get out of here. This is Medfield.
I love the person that's being the flagrant driver and they're giving you the what?
Right.
I was at the Shaw's parking lot and this old man. I'm always like, oh, I love old men. Old people at shopping. I like grocery shopping with old people. I told you that's my next podcast. I didn't like this guy. He was in the parking lot and he's all veteraned out and everything. He had the long Cadillac. He was about 88. Almost 90. I'm giving him he was like, I don't even know if you should be driving, sir. I'm nervous seeing you look too old to even. Did you get help getting into your car? I don't know. That kind of old, right? Mm-hmm. But he's just rolling through a stop, turning wide, and giving me, and I'm like on the far right, like I'm getting he's gonna stop. Okay, he's not gonna stop. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm actually in parking lots now, parking spaces.
Yeah,
and he's giving me the. I'm like, wow. Good luck on the road with the yellow lines on it. Oh my God, right? Like with traffic lights and signs and things. Like you just joyriding around the parking lot was a challenge. It's amazing.
I do feel bad when there is somebody driving not very well, and I'm, and I am the aggressor, like honking the horn, like, what are you doing? What, and then you kind of roll up on them and you find out that, they got some issues.
Well, yes, that's a good lesson. I think we should all take a second to recognize that you don't know what's in front of you, what the situation is. Right. It could be a mom with 3 kids just being obnoxious in the back seat. We've all carted kids around, right?
Yes.
We know what it's like.
Could be a student driver, like someone who just got their license. It's like still nervous.
They're the worst.
They're the worst. Like, don't ever get behind a car with a student driver sticker on it.
Honestly, I have no sympathy. Forget it. Fuck it. No sympathy whatsoever.
Really?
None.
No, student drivers, I see them. I try to model how it's supposed to be done. Like, for example, nothing worse than being behind a student driver trying to parallel park. You're not supposed to go around them on the right. You know that everyone will if you are taking this fucking long. Like you get a 5 count. That's your courtesy, right? And if you can't nail it, or don't even try to redo it, like no redos.
Yeah, no
you have
redos.
to forfeit.
It's
go
a one and
around
done.
the block.
Yeah.
Come back, find another spot. Right? That's how we do it in the real world. But they're not ready for that. They still have the guy in the passenger seat with the brake pedal.
Yes!
Right? The brake pedal. So I just sit there, and I like to give them wine berths. I want them to feel we were all there, and I like kids. You know, I like
Sure.
I taught 9th grade. Those kids are like they're excited. They're like it's a rite of like don't mess with their moment in life.
Yeah, this
like,
is a big milestone
maybe
for them.
Maybe I'm old. Call me old school because I'm like, no. Let's have a little fun. You know, if they can handle driving with me honking and trying to pass them at the same time,
Yeah,
you know, they're going to be the best damn drivers out there, and then I won't have to worry about them if I get stuck behind them in the future. So,
okay,
you know,
you're doing a public service.
I am doing us all a public service.
That is the masshole mindset.
Right,
That
totally.
is quintessential masshole. You look at masshole in the dictionary. There's a picture of Evan going.
Evan always has the right of way, regardless.
Yeah.
Goddamn
Don't
right.
need a crosswalk. Don't need.
That's what his license. That's what his bumper sticker says.
It will now.
Evan knows. I once
Evan
got.
Walsh always have the right of way.
I mentioned this a long time ago. I don't know if either of you were on the program at the time, but the program. What is this PBS? The program on this fucking basement podcast. I got cut off on a highway, like passed on the right, coming around me. And I'm in the left lane anyway. I'm in the middle lane, so I'm not even, like go around the.
Yeah.
Dude comes up, zips along, right? The license, the bumper sticker said, "I'm a Vermonter. I'll do what I wanna." And I was just like, "You fucking, oh, dude, that's a good bumper sticker." I was like,
But Vermont,
Olay.
really?
Yeah.
Like
Very
hippies
intimidating.
and Ben and
Northwest
Jerry's ice cream.
Kingdom.
Like,
Oh man,
I don't know.
No, that's liberal elites. Those are right. Those are the.
I guess, yeah.
right, like-
yeah.
Like,
The newcomers.
Yeah.
The newcomers.
Anyway,
New money?
I got cut off by an asshole, but then they just leaned into it and owned it, and I
Right.
respected that so much. They did it with humor too. I'm a Vermonter. I'll do what I want to. As I get cut off, I'm like, that is just so awesome. I'm glad I enjoyed that moment. That was funny. That was funny. Okay. Anyway, this is Small Town Scuttlebutt's podcast. Never mentioned that part. 12
Oh,
minutes
right.
in. It's okay.
I'm Liz.
We need
That's
no
Evan.
introduction.
This is Rick.
Yeah.
You're here, you know who we are.
Yeah. This is the basement.
Evan had some things to bring to the table, I think.
Yeah, he
right?
did. Last week we did this TMZ.
That was
approach.
cool.
I
Yeah.
kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I think Scuttlebutts appreciate like just a lot of stuff we grab out in the ether. And the first thing that came out, and it wasn't even like what should we talk about, but it's just us being casual and social, was the Tom Brady roast.
Oh my God.
It's not really a small town problem issue thing, but everyone in every
Everyone's
small
talking
town
about
watched
it, yeah.
it, and everyone knows all these people. What do you guys think of it? Liz, as our resident scholar of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
What do you
So
think?
I watched bits and pieces of it because it's 3 hours, and honestly,
Long.
3 fucking hours, like, I realize he's the GOAT, but
Yeah.
that's fucking insufferable, as is Tom Brady. So,
Lean into it,
Tell
Liz.
us how you really feel.
Lean into it.
and I mean, I love Kevin Hart. He did an awesome job. I watched Nikki Glazer's set. She was a fucking savage. She will pull no punches, and that is what a roast is like unapologetically, really like digging deep. And she was awesome. Jeff Ross was great. I didn't watch like Burt Kreischer or Andrew Schultz. Like I know all those. Like I've seen all their comedy and everything like that.
It's predictable.
Yeah, exactly. It had a lot of funny moments. I am dying to know though, was Tom Brady really taking all those jokes about Giselle fucking her karate instructor in stride? Like he seemingly, and I think it was a joke, got annoyed that Jeff Ross made a joke about Bob Kraft and the massage parlor. Like I don't think that was a genuine I'm annoyed that you said that joke. Like I think that was planted.
You think Tom Brady was?
Do I think that Tom Brady told Jeff Ross, don't joke about Bob Kraft getting a hand job, but I'll sit here and listen to 20 minutes of people talking about my wife fucking someone else?
Yeah, that's a good theory.
And
Good
I'll
theory.
tell you why. Tom Brady is thanking Netflix for paying him $30,000 to basically shit on his ex-wife for cheating on him for 3 hours, right? Like that's a brilliant move. Don't you think?
She's laughing all the way to the bank. What does she care? She's got more money than he does.
Well,
and she's,
but
I
still.
mean, like, I don't know. Does anyone care if she cheated on him?
Tom Brady cares.
Well, was it cheating or was this
Allegedly.
developed after?
Allegedly. I mean, there's been rumors that
Her
I think it
karate
started before.
instructor.
I
Yeah.
don't believe it. I
Or-
don't think
yeah.
Giselle Bundchen would would be having an inappropriate relationship with someone while she's married. She just doesn't seem like that person.
She's a little holier than thou. So I don't know. You don't know.
She
what
just
goes on
seems like
behind
a family person, and she's like, I don't know. She's Brazilian. I would presume she's highly Catholic and all that stuff too.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know.
bunching let a bunch in. You know what I'm saying?
So my sister and I were talking about this yesterday. Why do you think Tom Brady agreed to do a roast? Like, it seems very counter to his personality.
Yep.
Yeah, like the same thing with, the Dunkin' Donuts commercial during the Super Bowl. That was like very kind of kitschy, whatever. So my theory is he's trying to sort of shed the image of him being like stuffy, like
robotic,
like he's not robotic.
analytic.
Thank you. Like he doesn't have a great personality.
Very measured and calculated.
Yeah. So like, was that his attempt at trying to shed that so he could pursue like a career in entertainment?
He becomes
a la Peyton Manning. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he becomes more marketable, right? Like he basically was under the thumb of Bill Belichick in the organization for 20 years and had to portray like the certain image, the certain character and like all that stuff for the betterment of the team, right? But now it's like he wants to get out there and he wants to sell stuff. People want to give him sponsorships. And so now he's got to be more relatable because he wasn't.
Right.
So now they make the GOAT more relatable to everybody. Maybe you can get, now he can sell sneakers to younger kids and like that kind of thing. And that's why he probably had, millions of dollars worth of plastic surgery on his face. So that looked a little weird.
Okay,
he's weird looking now.
Well, then, now this is where I would like to jump in because you've said, I love your take on Tom Brady. Not that fun of a person, not that cool. He won Super Bowls, I appreciate it, but dinner between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
I mean,
Peyton
it's
Manning,
not even. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I've always liked Peyton Manning. Even when, he's a rival. Great. We need that. Otherwise, it's just the Jets every weekend. Like, fun. Yay. 34-7 again. Like, I want that. Like, that's fine. Like
the rivalry.
You needed the New York Yankees to give a shit about the Boston Red Sox. Otherwise, it's the Blue Jays and Orioles. Right? Yep. So I feel like with this roast, I don't know. I just lost my. I did that thing again. Right? Do that tangent. What was I just talking about? Fuck. Bring it back. What was I just talking about?
The Tom Brady.
Why he agreed to do the roast.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm never allowing myself to do that again. I do the tangent and I forget where I was going. You said he's not that great. He's not that punchy. You're saying, well, he's trying to do this to rebrand himself. I'm watching this and I'm agreeing with you. Not very relatable. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, well, he's trying to be relatable. And I'm like, these commercials are making him even more unrelatable. Like, did you see... When you're at a roast, and this is how I was watching embarrassed, cringed for Tom, his reactions on jokes. I'm like, dude, you're a loser. Like, ooh, cringy, look at you. This is not how you're like 6'6", and you're like 240, and you have 7 Super Bowls. Like, you're the alpha. Why are you sitting like this? Like, you see that? This is visual. You have to go to the YouTube thing. Like he's got that look, and he's constipated, like he's sitting on someone's dick. Like,
I'm sure he was uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it's like he's acting really weird. He had that stupid look on his face,
the permagrin.
And also, why did he do it? Like he did it for reasons to be relatable, but at what cost? Yeah. You owe so many people apologies. Like Giselle, she is the mother of your children. Like remember that.
Yes.
Also remember your kids are now old enough to have their own Netflix accounts and go on their phones and watch Dad's roast.
Yep.
And now they're watching all these jokes about how my mom's a whore.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I
as
agree.
a father,
I agree.
As a father, Netflix could not pay me enough money to pull that.
He was also an executive producer of the roast, so he's going to get final sign off on content and whatnot. So I agree with you, Rick.
Also, as a father, and I haven't heard this take, so I know that these are original takes and they're awesome, and I want them to blow up. Yeah, because they're gold. But as a father, if my daughter was murdered savagely by somebody, and it was brought up for profit at a roast, and I'm not seeing a fucking nickel of that shit.
Yeah.
And not because I'm looking for the money grab, but because
Right.
you're profiting
Right.
off of jokes at the expense of the grief and the loss that my family has endured. Like Tom Brady, that is a decision you made. You decided to make that decision. You were going to do this for yourself and while walking on certain people.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I personally don't like it. And the roast was great. You know, still the best roast of all time is Rob Lowe. That's
my
the best
God.
one.
Oh, yeah.
There's no better roast than Rob
Did you
Lowe.
see the David Hasselhoff one?
No, but I bet that's a good one too.
My God.
That's a good one
so
too?
good.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You can't hassle the Hoff.
Right. It was so
Guy's
good.
great.
That one. The Flavor Flav one was good.
Flavor
That was
Flav
when-
got roasted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember Greg Giraldo?
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
best. He was
He's
the original
best.
roast
He's
master.
The best.
Harvard
So he-
grad, by the way. Did you know
Is that
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
did not
so
know that.
sad.
Yeah. Very smart guy.
Gone
and-
too soon. Oh, yeah, he was an attorney, right?
He might have
Before
had,
he was a comedian,
Yeah, he might.
I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyway, he was the best
Yep.
at the whole roast master thing. Like he had the Flavor Flav one. Like this was years and years and years and years ago. Dan and I still joke about some of the jokes that Greg Giraldo said about Flavor Flav on the roast. He goes, "You look like a skeleton wrapped in electrical tape." But it was like
great.
one of those, like he was like
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
and you were like laughing. Like every single one was meaner than the one
Yeah.
before, and they were all
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
And like that's how you roast. Like that's
Absolutely.
like Nikki Glazer has that. Like not a lot of people are able to have that type of delivery and to go at people in an unapologetic
Oh, it's
way.
great.
Yeah, well, let's close on the roast with the Nikki Glazer comment because I think she won the roast too.
1000%.
She won it. She
she's
won it. She did
unbelievable.
it the best. And I've always been sort of like, it's the jokes about, self-deprecating horror jokes. But it's not like a one-trick pony
No.
thing. It's
she's
just
good.
It's layered and it's like when the roast is great because now she can project that stuff on not just herself but others. You know,
Yeah.
like going after Gronkowski.
Yes.
It's low-hanging fruit, and she's just like,
Yeah.
got it.
Her
It's like,
joke
awesome.
about Kevin Hart. Well, I mean, she had 1,000 jokes
Yeah.
about Kevin Hart, but my favorite one, of course, was Kev is 5'2", 150 pounds, 155 after The Rock finishes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, fucking savage,
That
right?
was
Like,
Totally.
savage.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, on
Yeah,
that note.
she is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought that was terrific. Okay, so let's just go through here. I will be the quarterback to stuff. Let's see. We were talking about TikTok. You sent us a video
Oh, yeah.
of how to get rid of homeless people. It's basically
Oh, yeah.
a something on tracks that drives up with a conveyor belt, scoops up a body, and then spits it out the chipper vac end.
I think it's a very efficient idea.
Right.
I think it's a little heartless.
Oh God! Wait, he's on the straight and narrow today.
Dude,
huh?
Happened to you.
Let's go back to sex robots. I'm scrolling up. I'm
sex
scrolling
robots.
back. Remember we were talking about sex robots. By
Yes.
the way,
Yes.
they're not advertised as sex robots.
Oh.
Administrative assistants. I shit you
I'm
not.
sure they're administering something.
Yeah. I did read the article. They're also company spokespersons. So if you want them to be like your like
Oh, like a
spokesmodel.
spokesmodel type of deal?
Hi.
Like they go to like a car show and lay across like a Corvette? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, right. No, she does the corporate videos. Like, hi, I'm Alicia, and this is X Corp, where we are bringing the future to you. Right? Like, would you like a hand job? Cut. Nope. Who programs? Bird, was that you again?
She starts talking, something starts leaking out of her
Right.
mouth. We're like, we have a malfunction. Cover it up.
Okay. Let's see. We have Cameron Reed. That's a.
I mean,
I know
we
you're
were
saying
gonna-
a deep dive on Cameron Reed. How much time do we have?
That would be a multi-episode.
Are we any
Deep dive.
closer to the end or the truth?
No,
on
it
that?
just started.
Oh,
the trial just started.
Okay, so-
the prosecution is still presenting their case. We probably have a couple more weeks of that before the defense presents their case. So far, it's only been witness testimony. We haven't gotten to the part where like experts will testify around DNA or forensics or anything like that.
Okay, for Scuttlebutts beyond the Bay State area, could you succinctly give an overview in
will
like
try.
30 seconds or less?
So I believe probably everybody listening to this podcast has, regardless of where they live, has heard of this case. It's being covered. It's national news. It's being covered by huge true crime podcasters. But Karen Reed is a woman who's accused of they upped the charges to murder from manslaughter, murdering her boyfriend, who is a Boston police officer 2 years ago, by backing into him and leaving him for dead in a snowbank in front of someone's house.
Ooh.
She was hammered at the time. This was after a night of drinking
This is
with a whole bunch of
allegedly?
people. Allegedly,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure. The defense's theory and what everybody I know thinks happened is that he after she dropped him off, he went inside the house, was murdered inside the house, and then left in that snowbank for dead. I think he was probably accidentally murdered. Hijinks were ensuing, and someone accidentally killed him, left him outside. And then the next morning, he hadn't returned home. She panicked. She calls friends. They drive back over to the house, and he's dead in the snowbank.
Yeah.
Everybody involved in this case, from the Canton police officers to the state police, they all know each other.
Yeah,
it's a towny case.
Jeez, this is the small town stuff.
Yeah. And so it just reeks of cover up and corruption, and no sane person could I ever find this woman guilty. Like, even let's say she did it, which I don't think she did. Let's say she did. The case that the prosecution has put on so far is so riddled with reasonable doubt that there's just no way that anybody could be like, yeah, you proved it. She killed him.
So she's going to get off, you think?
Absolutely.
What's the purpose of charging her with murder?
I believe so.
Versus manslaughter.
She was originally charged with manslaughter. They gave her a plea. She refused it, and they upped the charge to murder.
Oh.
And so I think that
They're
the
harassing her.
pressure to bring this to trial is because he's a police officer.
Yeah.
I don't know that, like, if I was found dead in a snowbank and this was the evidence you had against my husband, that he would be brought to trial. Like, I'm no one.
What about, but like, why not like involuntary manslaughter? Even at a minimum, it was an accident. I don't understand.
I think they wanted her to plead guilty, and she said no. She wasn't going to take a plea, so they were like, "Okay, now it's murder."
But
Exactly.
Yeah, but what's their thought process?
I don't know.
What are they?
The only thing I can think of is that they wanted to force her into a plea. She was not having it. This is a Boston police officer, and they're like, "All right, well, it's murder, and we're bringing this to trial."
Ugh.
Yeah, they're trying to scare her into saying, "I don't want to get in too deep."
Yeah,
like I better.
Yeah, but what are they trying to hide? Potentially,
they're dirty inside. They
cover up corruption.
But what are they covering up?
They murdered him. They killed him.
They killed him.
Yeah,
the people in the house
killed him in the house.
who are affiliated with law enforcement, who are law enforcement officers, killed him. Yes.
Hey, folks at home, did you guys get that?
Sorry,
did I do a terrible job of explaining?
No, you did a great job.
I get it now.
No.
I get it now.
Yeah. That was the detail. It's like something happened in the house, and they were like outside. Yeah.
Thank you.
You must be fun to watch movies with.
I know.
What's happening?
Yeah, so we got to wrap this up because they're live streaming the trial right now, and I got to get home. I'm just kidding.
Jesus. All right. Well, hurry up.
Okay. Sorry. All right. How much time do we have? Are we good? Time?
We're good on time.
Okay. Let's see. Next thing, I have a crazy real estate story.
This is fun.
Is it a fun one?
Yeah. All right. So I love history. I don't know about you guys. Love history. We sell a lot of historic homes over the years and that kind of thing. This is a crazy scenario. So I'm involved in an estate sale. It's a friend of mine that I went to high school with. His mother is deceased, and the kids now have to sell the house in an estate sale. So the cool thing is it's an antique house, and it's in Sherborne, and basically it was built in 1812. So it's a cool old house, right? But there's more history to it. It was actually built as part of a larger house in the 1700s, and it was what they called a laundry ell, or basically a laundry house for Colonel Sanger. Not to be confused with Colonel Sanders. This was not a chicken guy. This was like a badass patriot. And so anyway, they deconstructed Colonel Sanger's house, and they moved this section of the house to a totally different location. And it was rebuilt basically in 1812. So anyway, I'm trying to sell this house, and it needs a lot of work. It's older and needs a new septic system, etc. I get a call from an agent in town, and they said,
"Was Sanger's maintenance plan not up to date or something?"
He just really let it go.
A little behind.
Did he leave a warranty behind? I mean, look into that.
There was no warranty.
So rip up. That's a messy job.
No one told us there were going to be powder post beetles, and crawling through the beams. But anyway, I get a call from an agent, and they said, "You're not going to believe this, but my client, who lives in the other half of this house, is interested in buying it." And I was like, "You've got to be kidding. How cool is that?" So what they want to do is potentially, if they end up getting the house, they will either rent out the house, or they would pay a builder to deconstruct it and then put it back together.
No way. That's so cool.
So this is... Get the Historical Society involved.
No.
No.
Whoa.
They probably wouldn't let you do any of that.
No, they're pretty good.
I thought they'd be advocates for helping. You kind of want... Can you pick favorites on the buyer? Like, hey, let's get you to buy it because what you want to do is great for history, community,
so cool.
heritage, all that stuff, right? And then this guy might just clear it and make a Taco Bell, right?
They're probably not allowed to have a house like that torn down, though, right?
Well, so surprisingly, you'd be surprised. So there are some houses that are listed in the National Historic Register, which can't touch, and there are like certain rules and regulations. Then you also have the historic districts within certain communities, and you can't touch those either, or you have to paint them a certain color and use certain materials, yada yada yada. This particular house happens to fall outside of the historic district, and when I talked to the historic commission, they said there are no restrictions, but we would love to see you market it for its historical elements and components. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I got to find the highest and best price for the sellers, and we're fortunate enough that these folks came along and want to try to preserve it, which is just
awesome.
It's such
Talk
a
about
cool
a win-win.
story.
That's so cool.
If it works out for them, you know. But I think people are pulling for them, given that there's this kind of additional element where they're trying to kind of put the houses back together, if you will.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm a fan of that too.
Same.
Cool.
Yes.
Let's should we get a GoFundMe for these?
No.
Do they need help? There's so many problems in the world, but getting this house together that's a good thing. That's great.
All right, what's next, Rick?
This one about a bear.
Dragging
a Massachusetts car crash victim's body from a vehicle and into the woods. And this was in the New York Post, which is basically Fox News, right?
It's in the other ones as well.
Yeah.
I do like the New York Post, though.
I like a good tabloid. I like
same.
it's not to be taken seriously by intelligent people. You
Correct.
need to
That's
watch
why I like it.
You read it kind of like National Enquirer with like it's based on truth. Like it's a movie based on a true story.
It's a dramatization.
Yes, exactly. Right. So I love the fact that this story is juicy, and I would rather have no one else report it other than the New York Post because they would bring that salaciousness to it.
Well,
so let's hear it.
They did all talk about it. I mean, this is this is a big deal, and because it's a Massachusetts native, I won't say the guy's name, but
wait, hold on. Hold on.
He's dead. We could say his name, right?
Oh, the dude's dead?
Oh, I don't know. He's dead, right?
Spoiler.
Guy's
dead. So he's dead, and this is in the news. The name's already been public.
Yeah, it is. I mean, do you want me? I mean, we can say the name.
I mean, the family's already been notified of his death if he's in the news. So
are you talking about Daniel
Ducharme?
Daniel Ducharme?
Okay.
Yeah. Daniel Ducharme? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's him.
Sorry if there's anybody who graduated high school with him that is finding out he's dead this way. Maybe you should check Facebook more often. All right, go ahead.
Maybe I should hear the story before I start. Cracking what? A bear, a black bear.
Well, I don't know if it was black or not. I mean,
it has to be. It
could have been a brown bear.
No,
you're really
not
making some racial assumptions there, Rick.
Yeah. Well, it's not a polar bear.
That's true.
We do know
That's true.
For climate reasons, guys, not because it's white. That was racist. That was racist. You can't even find one like that. You cannot find a brown bear here in New England.
No?
No.
Just a regular
way.
brown
I know.
bear.
Where do they live?
A brown bear is a grizzly bear is a brown bear.
I don't think so.
Yes, no, I do know. They are. Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Is that like all panthers or leopards or panthers?
There's
It's like cats and
yeah,
jaguars. I don't know.
well,
something like that.
Catamounts and panthers are the same.
Okay.
A square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square.
No, you meant a rhombus.
What?
No. A rectangle is not a square.
Correct, but a square is a rectangle.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Wait, this sounds like math.
Oh no! Wait,
we know what we mean.
Yeah, we do.
We just can't eloquently, convey that because we're not math
It's like
teachers.
first grade. It's a first grade assignment.
All right, Evan, give us a story.
He meant a four-sided shape, which I think is a rhombus.
I don't know.
I just can't bear.
All I know is I should keep out of it when we're converting tons to pounds, because
it's a whole nother. Anyway. Listen, this tragic incident occurred on a Sunday morning when Daniel Ducharme, aged 31, from South Hadley, Massachusetts, was involved in a severe accident. Driving on Route 91, South Bend near Hatfield, Ducharme lost control of his vehicle. The car, a 2016 Honda Civic, struck a guardrail and several trees, sustaining heavy damage. The impact likely led to Ducharme being partially or completely ejected from the car.
Oh, that's just horrible.
Oof.
Was it drinking?
It doesn't go into detail.
What time was it?
South Hadley.
No, what time?
Oh, it says morning. It doesn't say what
so
time
it could
in the
be 1
morning.
a.m. or 8 a.m. or
Shortly after the accident, a bear approached the car site. The animal attempted to drag Ducharme's body into the surrounding wooded area, indicating a rare and unsettling interaction between wildlife and the aftermath of a crash. By the time first responders arrived at the scene following a report from another motorist who saw the vehicle off the road, they found Ducharme's body outside of the car with signs that the bear had actually been in contact with him. I'll let you decide what that means. The bear had fled. The bear fled the scene by the time emergency services reached the scene. So just picture, like, you've been in a terrible car accident. Car's twisted up, mangled. Your body is either hanging out of the car or out of the car completely. And some freaking bear comes along and's like, hey, that looks good. And then just starts dragging the body into the woods.
That's pretty badass, though. I mean,
if you were going to tell a story, hey,
right?
how'd you?
All right, this reminds me of, was it Cocaine Bear? Was that the?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is they're not really carnivores. You know, like black bears eat like berries, roots.
Yeah, that's
They
interesting.
eat
So what would
insects. You know, the rule is if it's regarding bears.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you see a black bear, they're not going to be more than 300, 400 pounds, a mother bear. If you see a mother bear with a cub, you steer clear.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
But the whole thing is make yourself present. Don't startle the thing. Don't be like, hey, you just be loud, you know, make noise.
Hey, bear. I love those people on the video.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
bear.
I love the, there's a great YouTube video where these two guys are pretending to be like terrified.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're sniffing the flower.
Yes, I've seen that video. Yeah.
I see what they're doing. They're making themselves known, but they're doing it so like they are. I've seen bear in the wild, and I've seen moose. Moose are like,
Oh, my God.
they can charge.
Yeah.
A moose
yeah.
has
They can
a
kill
rack.
you.
Like you want to see a big rack. You go hiking. I'll show you some big racks in the woods. I'm talking about antlers, Liz. And you know, 4 foot wide rack, 6 feet tall at the shoulders,
Easy.
with a head on top of
they're
that.
massive.
Stay away from, like, I mean, you're invading their space. Like, if they attack you, you kind of deserve it.
But this dude
know?
didn't have a choice.
No, I know. Well,
Yeah.
I'm curious,
Yeah.
like, why the bear would, quote unquote, interact with
Yeah.
the dead body if they're not carnivores. Like,
Well,
they're
they-
not sharks that smell blood, and that's when they attack. Like, I don't know. Like, that's,
Yeah.
I think
What's
black
going on
bears
there?
can also scavenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess if they, an animal's hungry enough. An animal's hungry
Well,
enough,
he
they're going to eat.
probably. I mean, they do eat meat. You know. I mean, they're gonna eat meat. It's just, it's scary. Oh
Yeah.
God, think
Yeah.
about a way to go. You know.
Well, I do feel bad for the first responders that had to.
Oh God. Well, what if he wasn't dead? You know.
Oh, he was dead.
You think?
Hopefully. Yes.
I mean, hopefully before the bear came along,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
he's dead.
He's at least knocked out.
Otherwise, that's like a borderline Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio, oofa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the American black bear is an omnivore with a diet varying greatly depending on season and location. It typically lives in largely forested areas. Occasionally eats roadkill. Ooh, bad joke.
Oh, okay.
Bad joke.
Jeez.
I made that up. I'm going to do the sign of the cross on that one. That was a cross line. Roadkill.
All right.
Okay. On that note, let's move on. Let's move on.
I have an article that's a little lighter.
Oh, please lighten it up.
Is this the Scary Mommy article?
So I have a Scary Mommy article. And I told her, because my kids are like getting older, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm not going to bring this to the podcast. But everybody, like, we've got little kids, like, parents of little kids who listen or whatever. So anyway,
Sure.
The article is titled, "This Mom is a Self-Proclaimed, quote, playground meddler who will teach your kid etiquette." So this mom, did you know there's a thing on TikTok called Mom Talk, which I guess is like, all these moms that post videos on TikTok about momming. Anyway, so the discourse of playground etiquette has been a hot topic on Mom Talk.
Okay, I'm already psyched. This is my shit. I'm ready.
Your alley.
I'm getting the notes out. Fucking moms. tip like.
Can we Google mom talk for the next episode? And like, I need to figure out what the fuck. Am I missing something here? Like, I'm a mom.
I'm already like we're next week's episode, folks. Okay. Mom talk. We got it.
Yeah,
this
mom
is
talk.
I'm on a different version of mom talk. Just to let you know.
All right. So some moms get frustrated with kids who are not following the rules. This is on the playground, such as climbing up the slide or throwing sand. But if you see something like this, do you actually step in, especially if it has nothing to do with your kids? A TikTok user and mom coach.
The answer is no, by the way.
Mom coach. Write that down. Mom coach. Is that a thing? Is that a job? Google that. We're going to Google that.
Moms?
Don't know.
Yeah. I think cousin Julie should come on to the show.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
And what
next week's guest?
So this woman, the mom coach, TikTok user, self-proclaimed playground meddler, will correct your kid if she thinks they're doing something that doesn't align with the proper playground etiquette. Quote, I have no problem telling other kids on the playground a guidance on etiquette. TikTok mom, I'm not going to give out her TikTok handle because I'm not giving her any publicity.
Okay, good. Yep.
Said in her video before giving an example of a time when she stepped in to correct another parent's child for yelling. Like, there's this little girl who was shouting like she's being attacked multiple times. I just walked over and I was like, are you having an emergency? We don't scream like that unless we're having an emergency because it makes all the parents nervous that there's something wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with you.
God, oh my God.
That's my obnoxious TikTok mom voice.
I love your mom voices.
She continued, or my daughter is on the spinny thing right now, and one of the little boys keeps getting up and coming over to the sand and picking up fistfuls of sand and dumping it right on her legs and other kids' legs. And I said, hey, we don't throw sand on other kids. We don't. So, and she said, I don't know if this bothers people, but if you're doing it to my kid, I'm going to tell you. If you're causing a ruckus, it's causing a problem for everybody. I'm going to tell you. If you're doing something to yourself, I guess it's fine. But yes, I'm a playground meddler. So obviously this video generated quite a few comments from TikTok users who vehemently disagree with this woman. Like, moms are saying, I just worry about my kids. I'd be annoyed if someone tried telling my kids not to yell outside.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time, because I really thought like, okay, in what scenario would it be appropriate for me to address a child directly without going to their parent? The only thing I could feasibly come up with is if in the instance I thought that child was going to get really hurt and I wasn't sure where their parent was, I'd be like, oh hey buddy, like, sure. Are you okay? Like, just be careful. That is it. You're a stranger to my child and you think it's okay to go up to him or her in a playground and talk to them. My kids are taught not to talk to strangers.
Yeah.
So you're an adult, have a conversation with an adult. If my kid's being an asshole, like, I want to know.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to address that. Like, I will take care of it. Thank you.
What if your kid's being an asshole and you're not doing anything about it?
Yeah.
That's still a parent-to-parent conversation.
Oh, yeah. The kid, it's like a dog owner.
This woman, the video about being a playground meddler, she was taking on the playground.
Video of kids misbehaving?
No, she was just her in the video.
Okay.
So she wasn't watching her own children while she's taking a video that she can post to social media about playground etiquette.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that kid's like,
yes.
Oh, I hate her.
So in this day and age, this is, I think, one of the disadvantages of being a man. Like you can't be as trusted or given benefit of the doubt as much as a woman maybe with kids. Like if I saw a man talking to my kid versus a woman talking to my kid. Different reaction from it.
You're going to assume the man wants to molest your child and the woman is,
I mean, it was the black shirt with the white collar that was putting me off. Yeah. I was like, he's putting the knee pads on. I'm like, you stay away. Today's not communion. All right. So anyway. No, I was at Home Depot and the kid at end cap was trying to get something off a shelf. And he sort of found himself in that position where he's sort of like, And I'm walking by and I didn't see a parent with him. He's like a 9-year-old boy, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said, "Oh, hey, buddy, you're all set there." And I put a hand up to help him, like, and then the dad was coming around, and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "He's yours." And he's like, "Yeah, we got it." And it was like a jovial nod and a
totally.
Well, you're not a weirdo.
No, and I'm helping the kid because this could fall on his head.
Yes.
And dad has got to be, or mom has got to be right around the corner. Yeah, I'm here. Situational, but at the same time,
thank God,
I felt like
thank God for Rick.
Well, at the same time, I felt like this is not my kid. I am talking to someone else's kid that maybe this is going against what this kid's being taught by his parents. Like, I don't know. But you're going to get hit in the head with this thing.
That was a safety thing.
Sure.
Yeah,
but even though I still thought, it's not my kid. That's how I act. My perspective, this woman is way out of line.
Yeah,
way,
totally.
So out of line.
She's making a career out of it.
Yeah,
you know?
She's self-proclaimed like hall monitor. Like no one's asking her to do this.
No.
And I mean, also, her TikTok is public, so she knew by putting this video out there that she was inviting people to comment on it. So you know,
maybe people are
going to
set her straight. Like, what's the status? Like, how is she responding to
I don't know
criticism?
the article.
No one's commending her, right? No one's saying, "Good job, you go, girl. You're so
if it's
strong.
not harming anyone in my
so
business."
brave.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
playground is the one place kids should be able to be loud. One mom noted, "I had a mom scold my child at the playground who was playing a game with his sister that I was watching. This mom also thought she could tell other people's kids what to do. I had a few choice words for her."
That's great.
Yeah. So, no. So far in this article, they haven't put any comments in here of people supporting mom coach.
Yeah.
So, mind your own fucking business.
This is what happens when moms leave the corporate world for the stay-at-home mom life, and they realize that they have no more authority and power, and they feel marginalized and devalued. Like, it's okay to wake up and be a mother.
Right.
It's a great opportunity. Just embrace it. And if you need to have authority, then start a book club. Right?
Yeah, like join the PTO or something.
Yeah, get a podcast. Look how I own these two people flanking me. In my basement now. We're talking about stuff. Okay, Rick, we'll be there right away. That's Liz's voice.
I think
nailed it.
I think there's a need for good parents, period. Moms, dads, and be as present as you can be with your own kid.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's hard. Like, every kid's got their unique little challenge or quirk or something, and you had to play to it and finding strengths, and it's not easy. Like, now I'm in the thick of it. I'm just like, remember when they were, everything was, ooh, see, look, daddy, look, pointing. What's that? What's that? Like, the curiosity, the wonderment, you're everything. You're the all-knowing being to that. Then they get a little bit older, and it's like, can you get excited about something? Like, look at this. There's a deer eating the tulip in the front yard. You want to kill it with me?
You got to change your game.
Yeah.
I do have empathy, though, for parents of little kids, multiple little kids, like out at a playground or a park. Like, because we've all been there, right? And I mean, I have 3 kids, 2 of which I had at the same time. So, I would take 2 toddlers and, a 5-year-old to the park on a Saturday by myself. And that was a lot. Sure. And so, I try to be mindful of that as people are out with, like, again, like looking at it from like a safety perspective. Like, I was at a birthday party. I don't know if it was a birthday party. It doesn't matter. One of those god awful trampoline parks.
Yeah.
And there was a dad there who had an older child and like a little one. And he was helping the older child with something. And his little daughter, who's maybe like 3, just started wandering away. So I was like, and my kids were old enough, I didn't have to worry about their safety at that point. So I just like kept my eye on the little girl just to make sure she didn't go too far, because the dad was helping his other child. Like, I get it. I get it. It's hard, especially in public. It's a lot. I wasn't going to go over and grab the little girl, though. Like, if I saw her wandering too far, I'd been like, hey, dude, like, she's over there,
Yeah.
But it's just, that's just, I think, being like a responsible adult, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's nice when some people, I taught my kids, if we ever get lost, you find a mom and tell her that you're lost, and you have her call me, or if you're with mom, call mom. But you find a mom.
Yeah.
Find a mother.
Probably a
with
good
kids.
idea.
Yes. Right? Don't find a dad.
No. The lady with the kids with her is who you want to go to. She'll take care of you. She'll have a phone. She'll call me. So I'm at the mall with my kids doing some Christmas shopping for Leslie. We leave a store. I go left. They go right. Whoop, shit. Right. Oh my God. Right. I told them, stay on my heel. Like, it was. So, like 3 minutes later, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay here. They should think staying here is like, let's do this. And they didn't go my way, so I know that they're over here. They can't, at least I'm containing. Like,
right.
I've cordoned off this. Behind me is clear. It's only in front of me. Now we have, about 2 minutes later, the phone rings. It's a New York number, a 212 area code. I'm like, I don't have time for this shit. And then I'm like, fuck it, like whatever, answer it. And it's a Jamaican accent. And I'm like, hello? He's like, I have your daughter. I'm like, oh, Wee! I'm glad I answered it. I'm like, fucking spam.
That wasn't followed up by she's in a shipping container.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah.
In Thailand.
If you want to see her again,
right.
10,000.
Yeah, but it's terrifying. Like, we've all been there. It's terrifying. Yeah.
So she's in front of the Verizon store, and I was like, oh, right there. And I went over, and Rosie, and she gave Rosie a little hug goodbye.
Yeah.
Like they were like they became little friends. Like okay,
nice.
See you, lovely. And Rosie's like bye. And then it's like, I was like, she wanted to go shopping with her for the rest of the day.
Yeah. It's so easy to get distracted, though.
Completely.
You know?
Yeah.
I used to work at, I was a lifeguard at Farm Pond in Sherburne, and you talk about, it was like people would just come there and dump their kids off and think that the lifeguards would watch their kids all day.
Yeah.
And there was this woman that came, it was later in the day, she came with her 2 kids, and then she's just sitting there reading a newspaper, right? This is like back in 96. 95, 96. She's reading a newspaper. She cannot see the kids. The daughter and the younger kid are playing out in the water. Mm-hmm. And the little kid went a little too far, dunked, stood up, and then just totally disappeared under the water.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, speaking of David Hasselhoff, you should have seen me. Tan, glistening body. Like, in my head, I'm running in slow motion, you know?
Of course.
And,
no, that was actually in reality him running as fast as he could.
It's true. It wasn't.
Yeah, this is real time, actually, dude.
I'm running through and I dive into the water, like splashing and swimming as fast as I possibly can. And I pull the little kid up, and the woman is like, puts the newspaper down, and she had no idea what was happening until I blew the whistle. Like, what are you doing, lady? Come on.
Well, I guess she figured, lifeguard on duty. That means mom gets to, take a rest.
Like, Jesus.
That's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I saved a life.
Nice. Did they give you like a little bonus?
I got nothing.
No?
No, I got nothing.
So what was the procedure? You had to run out there. How far out in the water was the kid?
Well, he was quite a ways. So I had a lot of swimming to do.
Okay,
you did.
You really did.
No, in
like
real
50
life,
yards?
I was embellishing. But in real life, it was probably 150 feet off the stand.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, and you could almost see it developing.
Yeah.
And he ended up going like 1 foot too far where the sand kind of tapered off, and then he just went under and didn't come back up. And then I'm down on the platform, down on the beach, blowing the whistle and running in. And then everybody else comes running out to make sure everything is fine. And I swim over there, and the kid's underwater. Yeah. Like, Jesus. I can see his head and hands, like, reaching up.
Are his eyes
daylight.
bulging open? Like, is he, like, looking? Like, that's what I envisioned. Like,
Yeah.
I pulled my son out of the water, and that's what I was greeted with. 2 hands up, eyes bulging with puffed out cheeks.
Oh.
I have a joke I can't say, but no, they were not bulging out. But I did grab his arm and pulled him up and out of the water, and carried him into his mother, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was like,
"Here's your fucking kid!"
Like, Jesus. Like, you
Hope you
gotta
don't
pay
CPR.
attention.
You give him.
You gotta pay attention.
You resuscitate him.
I just start doing his arms so the water starts shooting out of his mouth like in the cartoons,
Yep.
So yeah, he made it. Lived for
Did you have to
another
perform?
day.
Did you have to perform any
No,
choking up water? He held
fine.
water. He held water.
He
He held
was
his breath.
coughing, and but there was no CPR
Sputtering.
or anything like that. He was totally conscious and all that, scared shitless,
Right,
and
of course.
and the sister was
Yeah,
crying.
so he's crying.
and-
Everyone's crying. It's scary.
And you gotta wonder, that could have downstream effects.
Yeah. So the mother, how does this end? What's the epilogue?
Well,
to the story?
it was
she wrote you an open letter into the town paper.
She said you were a hero.
No, nothing.
Did
she even say thanks?
She thanked you. She felt embarrassed and packed up and left. She
didn't
didn't
even-
shitty mom.
she
That's
didn't
what I would
even-
do. I would leave. I'd be like, "Fuck, I fucked up bad.
I
am
can
a
never
piece of
come
shit."
back here again.
Yeah,
This is humiliating.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Wow.
that I ever saw her again. Actually,
Yeah, well, she knew better, but she didn't like the
No.
kids are crying because they understand the gravity of the situation. The mom was still like, "Oh,
no, because what happened in that moment, she is so focused on the kids' well-being that
okay." So she did go into mom mode and give a shit.
after her kids pulled out of the water from
Right.
drowning.
She realized, okay, yeah, this was serious.
Did you think that reading a giant newspaper where you couldn't
Covering
see,
your entire face.
what are you
while your
thinking?
child is in
Yeah.
the water.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, not thinking.
So meanwhile, I'm like, and I knew, I'm like the whole freaking time. Because you look to see the kids, you look to find the parents, you're scanning the water constantly, making you're looking for little idiosyncrasies and stuff. And like they're playing with the boat, and like you could kind of see the kids getting a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Mom's not paying attention. She's reading the newspaper, and then just bang it. All of a sudden it happens. You're like right into high, whatever life-saving mode, and mom's just like oblivious, reading a newspaper.
Oh my God.
And so I just threw the kid in her lap, and I'm like, "Pay attention!"
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it was.
How old were you when you?
I was like
we dressed down
17, so I was like,
that's good. Yeah, you got you. Hey, lady, you must be what in your 30s, and you just got dressed down by a teenager who just got his driver's license. Can't even vote yet.
Right,
it is,
and he's telling you how to keep your kids alive. Yeah,
lifeguarding
awesome
is a bit of a power trip too,
right?
You know, because you got the whistle, like you got the power. Everybody's got to, like pay attention to what you do. No running on the dock. You know.
Do you think you could pass the physical test of the requirements that are?
Absolutely not. Although
I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of swimming, and
you have to do. I don't recall. You have to do like a mile swim in a certain amount of time. I think I can't remember. It's been freaking almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Then you also have to do you have to tread water with a 10-pound weight above your head.
How long?
For 1 minute.
Wow.
So, and I could probably still do that.
Kettlebell, right?
Yeah. The secret is, and it was a lifeguard, like a lifeguard Superman, taught me what to do. But you go in there and you're treading water with this weight, and you're breathing, and when you breathe, like your lungs are not filled with air. So he's like, listen, just inhale, fill your lungs with air, and then tread water and hold your breath as long as you can.
Okay.
And then when you have to take a breath, exhale, and then inhale your lungs again. And you're inflating your lungs, which is making you more buoyant in the water.
Interesting.
So you're able to do it. And it actually is a little easier than you would think. So I think we should try it in your pool.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, as you're telling that, I'm like, I'm drawing parallels to an experience I had in Boy Scout camp about what to do with your boat capsizes or whatever, right? Yeah. You've got nothing. You're in the lake. It's 100 feet deep and it's 2 miles to shore. What do? You learn how to use your clothing as flotation devices.
Oh, right. That's right.
So we would go out and we'd jump in the water with a sweatshirt and jeans and shoes and stuff. We'd have to in the water tread.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. Okay, the Boy Scout leaders are telling us to get in the water, boys. Now take off your clothes. Right. Give me your pants. Okay, now back float.
Are you sure?
Use those little rudders. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. That's just so dumb.
Those aren't rudders.
Yeah. But what you do is you tie the legs together.
Yes.
Yep.
And then have you ever done this? Like,
oh, yeah.
It really works. And
you
tread water, and you take your wet jeans now, and you throw them over your head, and you try to grab the waist and knot it up.
Fill them with air.
Fill it with air.
Gotcha. And that's your flotation device.
And now you wrap it around, and you can literally, that wet denim will hold air for quite a long time, and you can just kind of hang out. While the scoutmaster swims around with his snorkel, inspecting that we're all treading water correctly.
Just making sure you all have your pants off.
Figure 4 formation, Richard. Kick. Here, let me help you. Okay, your tush should be a little square up. That's right. I don't know if...
when I was like 12 years old, I'd swim in like the pool with a mask on, looking at the chicks with bikinis. You know?
Ah, you filthy animal.
I was.
I you know what? I just got my rocks off looking at the inflatable pool like float box cover with the MILF sitting on there with the perfect bathing suit with the sunglasses smiling. I'm like, yeah, I want that pool float.
It's a great pool float, Mom.
And Mrs. Jones sitting on it or what? I was just at Dick's Sporting Goods the other day looking at these pool float box covers. These models. It's like these are the models that are not going to go. They get, what do you get to do for modeling, Ryan? Oh, I do, well, my big seasons are summer. I do the pool float box covers, and then Halloween comes around. I do Dracula. I do scary, monster. Those sexy doctor. All those models are the same people.
Yes.
They are the same.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a really really hot point there, Rick.
Well, listen.
Hot take, Rick.
Hot
We
take.
All right, I got to go watch the Karen Reed trial. So it's live streaming as we speak.
Is it really?
Yes. Started,
my
I think, at
God.
9.
Okay, so for next week, let's continue with the TMZ-esque kind of.
Yeah.
Everyone comes in with something. Just keep the thread going on
Yeah,
the text,
sure.
and then I'll quarterback, go right
I
through
love
it.
it. I think that's
Yeah.
great.
Pick and choose what we like.
Perfect.
Everyone brings a little bit of something, but also let's emphasize. I'll put some thought into mom talk.
Mom talk.
Want me to do that?
Talk.
Because I think you have an assignment. It's Karen Reed.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Have your own take on it next week. Your own spin. Your own.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like my spin is everybody else's spin.
Yeah,
but
Well,
try
it's unique.
to find something that makes it uniquely Liz tell it like it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just tell a lot of dick jokes in between recapping the testimony.
Which
that would sort of make it me.
all right, come up with a conspiracy theory. This was a lover's
yeah,
quarrel.
okay.
This is just gay cop on gay cop crime. Just gay cops.
I mean, it's not
You know?
out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
What, is it is that a theory?
No,
it's
no,
not.
it's
but-
not. No,
Okay.
it's
You know what?
so
It's
it
going to be our theory now.
I'm looking for something fresh and
I
new.
got
I'm just
you.
saying,
Yeah.
you know, maybe there's some Russians involved. I mean, get creative and then sell us on it. And then Evan, next week, just bring your enthusiasm.
You're going to get it.
Whatever that is, you'll
Cool.
get it.
All right, you want to close it up, Liz?
Sure. And Scuttlebuds, if you guys have a hot take on the Karen Reed trial, let us know. Yeah. And as always, rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Small Town Scuttlebutt. And send us a note, Karen Reed theories, small town news stories, neighbor grievances, smalltownscuttlebutt@gmail.com. See ya.
Bye.